What is up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel. Now, you guys know that I love to talk about side gigs, making money, and how to start businesses. But today I want to talk about something a little bit different, but kind of the same, and that is side gigs that pay out really quickly, meaning side gigs that you can turn towards if you are somebody who's looking for a way to make money within the next 48 to 72 hours. So let's get started. Now, there are so many different side gigs out there that you can choose from if you're somebody who's wanting to make extra money in your spare time. But one big factor in choosing which side gig to take part in that I feel like so many people don't talk about is your payout frequency, or how often you can expect to get paid from that side gig. You see, payout frequency amongst side gigs is not created equal. For example, YouTube only pays out once a month, meaning that I only get paid once a month for the YouTube AdSense that I make from this YouTube channel. Turo pays out a couple of times a week, Upwork pays out once a month, and there are a lot of others that pay out either weekly, bi-weekly, daily, or every other day. I want to discuss some of the different side gigs that you can look towards if you're somebody who's looking to get paid within the next 24 to 72 hours, or even sooner than that. And so with that, let's dig into the first one, which is flipping items on eBay, Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace. Now, this is like the OG side gig. In fact, I've been doing this since before I even knew what a side gig was. What flipping items is simply buying something at a cheap price, maybe fixing it up, cleaning it up, or simply just reselling it for a more expensive price and making a profit off of that. There are a slew of different ways that you can go about flipping items on Craigslist, Facebook, or eBay, and all of these are ways that you can make money relatively quickly. You could do rehab projects where you buy like old rundown furniture, you fix up that furniture, and then you sell that same furniture for a premium. You could do repair work on electronics or vehicles where you buy either old electronics or old cars, you fix that up, and then you sell it again for a premium. The opportunities for flipping items online are truly limitless, and it really is dependent on where your expertise lies. I would recommend that if you're somebody who's exploring the side hustle, to stick to things that you know. For example, if you're somebody that knows nothing about cars and nothing about fixing cars, it probably isn't the best idea to go try to flip a vehicle. But if you're somebody who knows a whole lot about furniture or a whole lot about electronics, then that could be an excellent route to go down for flipping. Flipping products online is definitely a hustle, and it's one of those things that you do have to put time and effort in order to be successful at it. But it's also one of the few side hustles out there that you can get started immediately. You don't need to wait for app approval. You don't need to wait for credit card processing. Virtually all of the transactions are done in cash, meaning that you can get paid out quickly and efficiently, and you can have access to your money immediately. This is a big upside to flipping, and I think if you're somebody who's creative, if you're somebody who's willing to go out there and find those hidden treasures, flipping can not only be a way to make quick cash, but it's also a way to make a lot of it. Because of that, I think that it's a great side hustle to take part in. The next side hustle that I want to talk about is one that I've talked about a lot on this channel, so I'm just going to touch on it briefly, and that is driving for Lyft. Now, whenever it comes to doing car sharing services where you drive people around in your own vehicle, there are a lot of different options out there, the most popular being Uber and Lyft. And while Uber only pays out weekly, Lyft actually has the option to pay out either weekly or daily using their express payout option. So that means if you needed the money quickly and you didn't want to wait an entire week to get paid, you could use this express payout option to get paid on a daily basis. Now, it is important to note that there may be excess bank fees associated with this express payout option, but if you're somebody who's in a bind and you need cash quickly, this could definitely be a really good option for you. Now, before we move on to the next side hustle, I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, Cover. Whenever we take part in the gig economy, especially on a full-time basis, there is inevitably risk that comes along with that. And a lot of that risk has to do with some of the comforts that we've grown used to with our 9-to-5 are no longer accessible to us in the self-employed gig economy environment. What Cover is it's a financial safety net for gig workers, and it allows for gig workers to have a little bit of peace of mind when it comes to completing work in the gig economy. With Cover, you can have access to services like medical and telehealth professionals. You can have access to sick leave and paid time off, as well as cash advances. And in the case that your account is wrongfully terminated, you can have access to a legal team that will help you get that account reinstated. Think of Cover kind of like your personal HR department. They're there to have your back in case something happens with your own gig work. The best part is that Cover is super affordable, starting at just $7 a month. But if you follow my referral link down in the description below, you can give it a try 1 month free with no contracts, no commitments, and no long-term obligations at all. If you guys are interested in the gig economy, then Cover is an excellent tool to have in your arsenal. And if you're interested in supporting me and supporting this channel, then definitely go check out the referral link below. Thank you, Cover, for sponsoring this video. The next side gig I want to talk about is actually one that I've never talked about on this channel because I really didn't know that it existed until I started doing research for this video, and that is the side gig field agent. Now, what field agent is it's a platform that allows for retailers, restaurant owners, store owners to get real data from customers or people viewing showing your product, your store, or restaurant from the perspective of a customer. So with Field Agent, you can go in, you could be a mystery shopper for a brand, you could do buy and try, which is essentially whenever you get paid to buy a product, try it out, and then give your honest review. You could do store audits where you go into a restaurant or a retail store and you kind of rank and review the store, the cleanliness, the displays, the overall kind of customer perception. And it really allows for retailers and store owners and business owners to get the perspective of a customer without having to go and like interview a random customer. So it kind of is a really great tool both for retailers as well as gig workers to make some extra money. Now, according to Field Agent's website, they say that they have over 2 million people on the platform, and it also says that you get paid out daily, meaning that you complete these tasks on a task by task basis, you get paid for that task, and then you can get paid out that same day for those tasks you complete. So if you complete like 5 mystery shopping tasks, then you'll get paid for those 5 tasks. If you complete 10 tasks, then you'll get paid for those 10. You get paid by task rather than by like an hourly rate. I like this side hustle a lot because I think that it's super valuable from the business owner as well as the gig worker. And as somebody who used to own a restaurant, I can tell you that getting valuable insight from a customer's perspective is something that is incredibly valuable to the business owner. And because of that, I think that there is a real need for this side hustle, both from an owner's side as well as a gig worker's side. Now, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more well-known than Field Agent, then another recommendation that you could look towards is Taskrabbit. Now, what Taskrabbit is it's kind of all of the characteristics of all the gig economy apps merged into one like mega app. And it's basically a task-based app service that pays out gig workers based on the tasks that they complete. So for example, if somebody needs to have a TV mounted in their house, they could post an ad on Taskrabbit, and then you, the gig worker, could go complete that task and get paid for it. But it's not just handyman services. You can also do moving services. You could do delivery services, both fast food as well as groceries. You could help somebody clean their house, dispose of trash in their yard, fix their car. Really any task that needs to be completed could get posted on Taskrabbit, and then you could complete that task for money. Taskrabbit is really great for those people that want to do more labor-intensive tasks, and they don't necessarily have an interest in sitting at their computer all day working from a desk. Taskrabbit is also good for people who are physically able, as well as good with their hands, or just good with labor work in general. Now, the pay for Taskrabbit really depends on the tasks that you complete. The more like entry-level tasks that are less like skilled associated are going to pay less than those high skill level jobs, but Taskrabbit does pay out every 24 to 72 hours. The payments can be released within 24 hours, but it typically takes about 72 hours to see that money in your account. So if you're somebody who needs money today, like right now, Taskrabbit may not be the best option for you, but if you're just looking for something within the next like 1 to 3 days, then Taskrabbit could be a great option. I think it's so interesting because a couple of years ago, the entire idea of the gig economy was like this foreign thing, and nobody really was talking about the gig economy, and there wasn't really a whole lot of options out there to turn towards if you wanted to take part in it. And now in 2020, there are so many options out there that you almost don't really even know where to start. But as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, looking at how often you need to get paid is a really great way to kind of filter through the noise of the gig economy and find jobs and gigs that work for you in your payout schedule. And the gigs that I've talked about in this video are really great options to turn towards if you're somebody who's looking for a more frequent payout schedule, either every day or every couple of days. With that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any other gigs that I did not talk about in this video that have a frequent payout schedule, then I would love to hear it, so make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.